I'm Property by Kazy, a property developer from Southeast London, and this is one of my projects. In this video, I'm going to show you how we almost doubled the value of this rundown one-bedroom flat to create a luxury two-bedroom property. Let me tell you why I bought this property. Now, firstly, price. That's always a #1 driver, but also location. We're in Brixton, SW2, close proximity to other really good areas like Balham, Battersea, Clapham, where there's really high ceiling prices, so great scope to add value to this property. Lastly, curb appeal. They always say buy the worst house on a great street, and that's exactly what we did here. We're not adding any additional space, we're just reconfiguring the layout. So new entrance means bigger entrance foyer. Now this room here does get slightly smaller. However, what it does mean is we go from having a one-bedroom flat to a two-bedroom flat with an open plan kitchen living room. Now these changes generally increase the property values by up to 20% in London. But when you are making these changes, make sure you do it right. Bedroom should ideally be a minimum of 10 square meters with your open plan kitchen living room at 20 square meters. 16 at a push in a really nice area. But if you are going to do it, make sure you do it right. So here's some top tips. Bedrooms aim for a minimum of 10 square meters. Then your open plan kitchen living room, 20 square meters. That means the rooms remain functional, desirable, and will help you maximize end values. So bedroom #1. I like this room because it's got high ceilings. We've reinstated the cove-in. We weren't able to keep the original cove-in, but we did still do something to keep and maintain the character of the property. Likewise with the radiators, we went for the cast iron style radiators in black, as well as the second fix fixtures for the electrics. I went for the black doors that I really think give an element of class, and it doesn't keep things too simplistic. Out of the existing living room, we have created bedroom #1 as well as the brand new luxury shower room. Now this shower room is created in what we call dead space, an area where there is no natural light, so no windows. You can do that for kitchens and bathrooms as long as you can mechanically vent to the outside. We've been able to achieve a really good standard of finish in a small space. So toilet, really functional, small basin with a sink coming out of the wall, and then a wet room with a fixed panel, got a wet room floor and a wall mounted shower. And lastly, the designer towel radiator in the polished chrome that matches the other fixtures and features within the shower room. So we're now in bedroom #2. Now, typically, if you don't stage your property, there's very little to see. So you can see the paint on the walls. We went for skimming stone by Farron Ball. You can also see the second fix electrics. Now we've gone for the flat plate, screwless, matte style second fix sockets and switches. We've gone for the linear skirting and doors and Alcatraz from Howdens. And then we've gone for the oak herringbone flooring. But that would be it. Now, if you want your end user to really be able to envisage themselves in the property and set yourself apart from other properties on the market in a difficult competitive market, staging has become really important. This is probably my favorite room of the property, not only because it's where we've done the most amount of work and probably the most non-recognizable from the property's original state, but also just some of the materials that we got to play around with. So going with this British racing green, complemented by the brushed gold handles, the Calcutta gold worktops, which are solid natural stone quartz, the undermounted sink with the drainage grooves, even having to deal with little intricacies like this non-square wall where we've had to be bespoke, custom make some of the cabinets, means that overall I just love the end design. Unfortunately, this was a probate sale, which means the previous owner passed away. Now, working in the area, we met a lot of the neighbors, and one thing they said about the previous owner, Liz, was that she loved her garden. So we made sure that we kept a lot of the plants and things that she'd taken time and years to grow and incorporated them when we modernized the garden to make sure we kept a little bit of her within the property. But we don't want to make everything sound like it's always going well all the time. And even on a project that went smoothly like this, there were still some challenges. We delayed about 2 months starting work because we couldn't arrange the license to alter agreement and consent from the freeholder beforehand. If you can get that done, it's invaluable to saving you time and money. Also, I managed individual trades. Now, what that means is you're dealing with sole people. So if they go on holiday, if they had a bad day, if they get sick, your work does get pushed back sometimes, which did happen with our painter going away. He did send some people to paint on his behalf, so it wasn't good enough. So we did have to replicate some of the work, but we got there in the end. And overall, I'm massively pleased with the finish. Let me know what you think and what your favorite parts of this project are. Now, strategies like 1 to 2 bedrooms, refurbishments, lease extensions are great, not only because I can do them, I've been doing them for the last 10 years, but they're also my bread and butter. So are very easy for me to teach and explain how you can do them yourself in this current market. Currently, of the PBK members, we've got maybe 20 to 30 doing similar deals, and they learned these strategies from joining the PBK community. So if you're interested in becoming a member and taking your property development journey to the next step, click the link in the description. So everybody's favorite part, the numbers. Purchase price. This is probably most important. This is where you make your money, buy at the right price. And we did that just here. 285,000. I'm not going to exclude my handwriting. Secondly, stamp duty. Now we bought before the stamp duty increase. So this property had approximately £10,000, just slightly over of stamp duty. Now our refurb, we've come all in at £50,000, almost on the nose. So £50,000 for the refurb. In terms of our professional fees, now this includes our legals, both in and out. This also includes our cost of finance, as well as our architects. All in, we would have spent £25,000 on professional fees. Our lease extension, which actually ended up us buying the freehold, £65,000. So 285,000 plus 10,000 plus 50,000 plus 25,000 plus 65,000. That gives us a grand total of £435,000. Now our GDV. Now, I don't want to count my chickens before, no, what's the phrase? I don't want to count my eggs before they've hatched. We've actually sold this property for £550,000. That means our profit after our agency fees is just over £105,000. It's not bad. So now we've got our profit of 105,000, our capital employed of 130,000. Now to give us our ROI, we do 105 divided by 130 times 100, which will give us 80%, approximately, just over 80%. However, the great thing is we've done this in 6 months. So really, when you annualize it, you double it, and that's going to give us a return on capital of approximately 160%. Now, bearing in mind, most developers will target anywhere from 25 to 30. This is an amazing return on capital employed. We now have an opportunity to join the PBK community. Many of you watch videos like this and wonder how you can do it. And one of the stepping stones is joining a community of experts that can help you take your next step with confidence. So if you're interested in doing a project like this, then click the link in the description to join the PBK community. Peace.